Good morning, everybody. I'm going to be combining a couple of days in this video because I know that each individual day probably doesn't have enough content to make a full vlog. Today, what we need to do is we need to store the bike, which means we need to transfer all of our stuff around to go from having a large amount of capacity to having a very small amount of capacity. For example, if we're going to be storing the bike, that means that I don't need to be carrying these chargers around anymore. Okay, so this is all the stuff that I typically bring with me. This is stuff to charge the bike, batteries, game controller to play Fortnite, personal hygiene stuff like toothpaste, razor, deodorant, stuff like that, laptop. I'm not sure if I need all of the battery capacity because this is for like camping when I need like, no. I know that Kyiv has blackouts, so we're gonna keep all of the batteries just in case we have to go through an extended period of time without electricity. We don't need these. I'm not sure if I wanna bring the camera or not. Typically I bring this if I wanna go on like a photo shoot with somebody. I haven't had the opportunity to do that yet, but fuck it, we'll keep it. I would rather have it and then not need it than need it and not have it. Definitely bringing the laptop. But all of the space that we save from removing that stuff needs to be filled with our clothes. Typically I store this stuff on the bike. We're not gonna have the bike, so I've got to store the clothes in the backpack. Well, I can figure out what we're actually gonna stick in the bag and where we're gonna put it later. Let's go drop the bike off. The place that we're dropping it off at is a couple of miles away. It's like right downtown in the center of the city. That's specifically why we got this place, is because that means that once I get the train back from Kyiv, I can just walk like 15 minutes, get the bike, and then ride off. Okay. In my head, I plan on staying in Kyiv for at least a couple of weeks. The longer we stay in Kyiv, the more value we get out of the storage. So they haven't got back to us, so I'm not even sure if I can drop the bike off right now. I'm gonna spend just a bit of time looking to see if there's other storage places, because people on my last video have said that the storage that we're currently going to, about $130 for a month of storage, is pretty expensive. So I'm just gonna do a little bit of research. Holy shit, I found a professional storage shed. It is 10 times cheaper. But it's less than 10 times cheaper, it's more than 10 times cheaper. Okay, we gotta do some research. Okay, rather than renting some dude's garage, we've actually found a professional storage place. I think that's a better option. This does mean I'm gonna need to walk back once we do lock up the bike. I hope this app sent me to the right place. I think this is possibly the right place. I'm just don't know where to go. I'm not sure if there's like a front desk. This feels like an industrial warehouse. Okay, so this is definitely it. I see the sign. I think it's called boxer.ue. This is definitely the place we're trying to go. I just gotta find a reception desk. Okay, I'm gonna go out on a limb and say, let's just try the spot. Oh, this is an automotive store. So I'm actually finding myself in a fun situation where my phone has 11% battery left, and all of my batteries, like all of my chargers, I left them on the bed in the apartment. So I think we gotta go crack out the solar panel while we figure out what we're gonna do. Oh, well, I see a sign for Boxer. That's the company that we're trying to rent from. Let's go see if they've got a reception. I feel like I'm in the wrong spot. Okay, we gotta go take a sec to figure out where we're going. Okay, solar panel is up, charging the phone. I sent them an email, the company, and hopefully they can write me back with like directions for where I'm supposed to go. I can't call them because I don't have a Ukraine phone number, and I don't speak Ukrainian. Okay, so we are emailing back and forth, and I'm realizing I should have done all of this while I was still in my nice little hotel room. Okay, yep, I've decided I want food. If we want food, I think we gotta leave the warehouse district. Oh, there's a McDonald's right there. Crazy. We will just wait in McDonald's while we email back and forth with the box company. This is actually what I was trying to avoid. I wanted to have everything set up so I could just drive in, slap some money in somebody's hand, and then lock my bike up and walk out. Looks like all of the kiosks are out. Oh, the light just came on, so it looks like that was a power outage. With power back on, we can use this guy. And I want to show you guys this. There is no diet, there is no Coke Zero. You go Coca-Cola, you select your size large, and that's just all it is. It's just large Coca-Cola. They do not have Coke Zero. We got 2 burgers, some chicken, some fries, and some orange juice.
The big data ecosystem is real. It's in the first inning of a 9-inning game.
They've been messaging me on WhatsApp, so they showed me a picture of another guy who is storing a motorcycle. Apparently he is paying 1,000 UAH per month. That's like, yeah, that's like 25 bucks a month. So yeah, we saved a whole bunch of money by doing a little bit of research before we just went and paid $130 for storage. I'm not sure if they're going to want a security deposit though. But yeah, we saved over $100. Now the warehouse that she recommended we go to is about 4 miles away. I'm going to miss this bike, honestly.
Then in 100 feet, at this intersection, take a slight left onto Visitors Boulevard.
She says that there will be a guard at the door to let us in. Yes, this is where they wanted me to go. A place called Tetris Box. Okay, Tetris Box. I was hoping to have a receptionist greet me. This. Okay, they will take care of the bike. It's possible they'll just leave the bike there, but you can see there's the other bike that they're storing. Okay, let's go. I'm pretty sure our hotel is like 4 miles away though. I just want you guys to look at this. This is how much money I was planning on spending to store the bike. This is the initial deposit and then a security deposit because I imagine they would want like 1 extra month. This is how much I was planning on spending, and we had to spend $2. We had to spend 2 bills. God, I am so glad I looked around and like actually decided to see if we could find a better deal. Checking the conversion, I have $250 more than I thought I would at this point in the day. Crazy. The guy that I was originally in communication with wanted $130 for the first month and then $130 as a security deposit. We paid $25 with no security deposit. I think my lips are getting a sunburn. This means the only thing that we have left to do is hop on the train to Kyiv. Okay, we made it back. And now I've just got to sort everything out, make sure that everything fits in my bag, make sure the bag isn't too heavy. I do realize now that I probably should have left both of my jackets on my bike because it's summer, I'm not going to need either of them, and they're going to take a bunch of extra space. Okay, this right here is what we're going to be taking into Kyiv. We've got a backpack full of clothes, we've got electronics with batteries, laptop. We're bringing this fan because I know that there's power outages and they don't tend to have, like this hotel room, for example, doesn't have air conditioning. Fans are super helpful. I think that's it. Yeah, keeping my jackets was just a really stupid idea. Now, something that is super important to remember is that because of the war, there are no international flights coming in or out of Ukraine. So once we get on the train to Kyiv, if things go south, if Russia like moves forward with their invasion, we cannot escape. We can't just get on a plane and fly away. Once we get to Kyiv, the only way that we're getting out of Kyiv is back on a train or with like an Uber or a bus or something. We can't just like quickly escape like we could in Lebanon. Oh, also the bedbug bites have really started to appear. I made a joke on Instagram that it'll look like I have chicken pox. This is what I look like right now. One side, this is the other side. I've got them on my bicep, my tricep. My entire body itches. Yeah, this is a bad call. Hopefully I've got room in my bag. I've got room for one of the jackets, which means that there is a very high likelihood I will end up throwing one of them away on this trip, because carrying a jacket around like this on my arm is just not going to work for me. We are still like 4 miles away from the train station. I haven't actually booked a ticket yet because I can see on the app that they've got plenty of seats available, but the latest train leaves at 12:30. I should have probably figured out how public transportation works. Taking a bus probably would have been faster. Or I should have picked a hotel that was closer to the train station. I've got to sit down for a second. Oh, my back is not used to carrying this extra weight. I'm exhausted. I'm looking here. There are still trains going to Kharkov. Kharkov is the place that Russia is currently attacking. Insane to me that you're still able to just hop a train and go there. I'm looking at this. There is an overnight train from Lviv to Kyiv. We'll leave at 11. We'll get there at 6 a.m. I'm not sure if that's something I want to do though. Okay, I'm going to purchase a ticket for tomorrow at 6 a.m. That means that it takes 7 hours, so we'll get there at about 1 p.m. A 7-hour train ride is going to cost us $14. Wow. Okay, there we go. We'll be leaving here tomorrow at 6:30 a.m. Okay. I just need to find a place with Wi-Fi so I can edit this video and let you guys know what we're up to. I'm trying not to go to McDonald's, but if I can't find anything, we're just gonna go to McDonald's. It needs to be a place that I can sit down and actually edit in. Actually, I think I found a spot. Hello, can I get one of these guys? Okay, and we'll see you guys tomorrow early on the train.